Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Fallon. It's like Jimmy Fallon, but it's my first name. Today, I'm really excited. We're gonna talk about what the hell happened and why I haven't been on YouTube for the last 4 months. I'm gonna go over 3 nitty-gritty topics that contributed to me not being on any social media channels for the last 4 months, going completely dark and completely quiet. This is huge, not only if you are on social media yourself, but even in terms of your own energy and how you want to bring things into your reality. These 3 or 4 points that I'm going to be going over are huge contributors on how you can get more things into your life that you want and less things that you don't want. So we're gonna get right into it. I'm really gonna hit hard on this first one, but before I dive into it, be sure to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you get notified of the next time I put on a video, up a video, you know what I mean. All right, let's dive in. So first things first, I went through a massive phase of burnout, okay? Literally massive. There was just too much going on that I couldn't keep up with. And the reason why I got really frustrated and I got really impatient and I didn't want to do anything with social media anymore is because it was a huge energetic mismatch for me. So what do I mean by that? I mean, I put in so much time and I put in so much effort, whether it was editing, whether it was creating massive amounts of content, whether it was talking to people, trying to foster these relationships, and I didn't see any real return back. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I was almost doing it out of desperation and out of frustration. And I wasn't doing it from an energy that felt good for me. So it came across that I was desperate to grow and I was desperate to get things done. And that doesn't actually get you anywhere. So it led to a lot of burnout because I did a lot and I wasn't seeing any results. That first point in and of itself created so much stress for me. It created so much anger and it just made me want to not be a part of it at all. I decided to take a step back. I had a really big gut feeling that I should start to take things in person, and that was in October. Well, actually it was in September. And so I did. I took a lot of my business offline and I started doing things in person, and it actually really was refreshing, number one. Number two, I started to see way more of a payoff than I did when I was in the online space. That was a huge contributing reason as to why I decided to stop all of my social media channels. Of course, there were other things that played into it. A lot of relationships that were going astray, a lot of relationships that were contributing to the frustration. That's not really a story that I really want to get into here. That's kind of points 1 and 2 combined: burnout and energetic mismatch. You don't want to push yourself to that point. Trust me, save yourselves. The third point is going to be an overproduction of content. Does this play into the first point? Abso-freaking-lutely. But let me explain this a little bit. When you're creating so much content, not only is it putting a huge energetic, emotional burden on you, it's putting a huge, I now have to create more burden on me or you. It's not coming from a place of true inspiration. You're creating out of this need to make more and do more and get more people and reach more people and find more and do more. And it doesn't work like that. You could put out all the content in the world. If it's shitty content, nobody's gonna stick around. And one thing is for certain, especially with YouTube, you have to have 3 things, and 2 of 3 things. I like to think of it like the triangle that we had in Crew, where it's like you could choose sleep, You could choose school or you could choose crew. And like, you can only choose two of those three things. YouTube is kind of, and even social media is kind of like the same way. Like, you have to have either a gorgeous personality, okay? Not just gorgeous in terms of like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. Unique and like super interpersonal. You have to have amazing content, so really valuable content, or you have to have unique capabilities when it comes to your editing. And God knows that I'm not a freaking movie producer or video editor. I'm really trying in the other two categories, you know? So when it comes to overproduction of content, then that quality, valuable content, it goes down the poopy tank. That's why it's really important to consider the overproduction of content, because you're gonna lead yourself to this point where you can't produce anymore, and you're not gonna want to produce anymore, and it's not gonna be enjoyable for you to make anymore. That's exactly what you don't want to do. It's the exact opposite. So it literally led me to go from wanting to do this to just completely giving up, because I was pushing out 3 to 5 videos a week on top of short form videos, on top of I can't even count how many Instagram posts. And what was happening? My following, my subscribers, my community was going nowhere. It was just a dead end every single time I put something out. So that's why I was like, all right, I need to take a step away, because what I'm creating isn't working. The energy wasn't there. The quality behind what I was putting out wasn't there. That's another contributing reason for why I decided to just like fall off the face of the earth. The last reason for me just up and kind of doing whatever, I wouldn't even call it that, for just taking a massive amount of time off, was that I had this lack of self-guided direction. That should seem pretty self-explanatory, but I'm gonna go ahead and explain it anyways, because it'll give you a little bit more insight into these situations of burnout, energetic mismatch, and overproduction of content. Throughout the earlier months of this year, I had started to get involved in TikTok, and I started to go viral for something that was a complete, I didn't know that I was going to go viral for it. It was a complete, like, just, it happened, okay? I put up a video, it wound up reaching, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. I started to, because I had already been interested in manifestation anyway, I started to put out more content because I started to get questions. But what wound up happening was my coaches started to ask me what it was that I do and what it was that I did, what it was that I was known for. And I didn't really have an answer because, well, I don't really know what I had been known for up to that point. I had been doing a little bit of everything, and I wasn't really doing what I felt I wanted to do going forward. It was kind of chosen for me, for lack of a better way of explaining it, through the question of, well, what do people come to you for? The question I should have asked back is, which people? Because there are tons of people coming to me asking me questions all the time. And it's not always about the same thing. But when this person asked me that question, I took it in reference to the people who are already in our, as in mine and their network. And so when I answered the question, that's what led to me going in the direction of growing social media. Have I always wanted to do that? No, but I wanted to experiment with it because I did know about short form video. I do know about short form video, and I did know a lot about how to grow a community out of what happened earlier in the year this year. That's why I went that way. I did not choose that direction because I was fully into it. I didn't choose it because I fully believed myself. I chose it because it was logical, but that's not always how things kind of work out, and that's not always how things are kind of meant to be. You have to do something that you enjoy. You have to do something that you are invested in. And I, throughout the last 2 years, have not been going in a direction that I have been super invested in. And so that's another reason why I decided to take a lot of time off, to see if I could figure out what direction I am super invested in. And I'll tell you what, even to this point, I still don't know. I mean, I have a better idea now than I did 4 months ago. It's really hard if you don't tune in and listen to what it is that you want and what you are looking for. Now you know what the hell happened. Also, know this. I am going to put myself on a schedule so that I don't burn myself out like I did the last time. Because that is not going to be consistent whatsoever, and lack of consistency creates lack of community. I don't want to do those things. I want to have a really positive community. I want to have an overflowing community. If you have not yet already, be sure to smash the subscribe button, click on the notifications so you know the next time I post a video, to like this video and comment down below so I have some sort of feedback as to what you're thinking and what you've gotten out of this video. And be sure to stick around for more videos. This is Fallon, signing off. Okay, bye.